Today, I'll make Japanese Tonkotsu Ramen. For a rich broth, I'm using both pork and chicken bones. I'll also use onions, scallions, leeks, ginger, and garlic. For sides, I'll use dried seaweed, eggs, corn, and pork belly. Like always, I'll boil water to start cleansing the bones. But first I'll use the hot water to poach the eggs for a few minutes. I'll take out the eggs and then add in the bones. While it's boiling, I can prepare the aromatics. For scallions, I'll chop up the white part from the green part. I'll crudely chop up the leeks and the onions. The aromatics are put into a roasting tray to char them in the broiler. Adding some char will give some deeper flavor to the broth. Then I'll add some ginger slices and then smash a whole head of garlic. I'm then brushing some oil on top so that it'll help cook everything a bit more evenly. I'll add the roasting tray into the oven with the broiler set on high. After about 15 minutes of boiling, a lot of foamy proteins will come out. I'll strain out the water and rinse off the bones. And then after 15 minutes of broiling, the aromatics should look something like this, nice and charred. So in a clean pot, I'll add some oil and attempt to sear the bones. I could have added the bones to the roasting tray and put it back in the broiler, but the tray is a little too small, and I also forgot. After getting some color on the bones, I'll add in the roasted aromatics and let them melt together. And lastly, I'll add water to cover all ingredients. Now, only time is needed for the aromatics to melt together and the buttery fats to release and form the rich broth. While the broth can be left alone, I'll fry up some pork belly on medium heat. Fatty pork belly in a fatty broth. I never said this was exactly healthy, but it's perfectly fine in moderation. I'll sear both sides nicely and leave them in a glass dish while cooking the rest. I'll finally chop up half of the scallion greens and then leave the other half whole. Then I'll peel the boiled egg from before and add them with the pork belly. I'll add the whole scallion greens and some rock sugar to the glass dish. Then some boiling water to cook the scallion and melt the sugar. Then I'll add some soy sauce and mirin, which is a sweet Japanese cooking wine. The pork and eggs can be left to marinate for a few hours or overnight in the fridge. 2 hours after leaving the pot covered, the broth color has darkened a bit, but it's still too thin. I'll keep the pot at a rolling boil with the lid off. 1 hour later, the broth has reduced more, but is still too watery. In 1 more hour, and it's looking good. The broth is now completely opaque, meaning that it will have that creamy, rich mouthfeel. With the broth ready, I can prepare the final parts. I'll boil water to blanch the enoki mushrooms and wood ear mushrooms. They only need about a minute to cook. I'm no noodle maker, so I'll stick with using the store-bought instant ramen noodles. This one is made from Japan, so it should be authentic. Ramen noodles are usually wheat and have a medium thickness. I'll strain them out and then start preparing the garnishes. I slice up the pork belly into bite-sized pieces and sear them a bit more on medium-low heat. I'll also add one of the boiled eggs into the broth to warm up. Since there isn't any seasoning in the broth, I added some soy sauce and sesame oil to the bowl. Now I'll do my best to assemble the bowl and make it look as aesthetic as possible. I'll add the pork, the mushrooms, and some sweet corn. Next I took out the boiled egg, sliced it in half, and now my noodle bowl is starting to take shape. I'll ladle in the broth through a fine filter. There's a lot of pulp, meat fibers, and bones that should be left out of our clean broth. And lastly, the fresh scallion greens and dried seaweed sheets. I'm not sure if I arranged it all in the right order, but I still think it's a handsome bowl of ramen.